Alright, welcome back. So now, in the previous video, we talked about the navigation shortcuts. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the editing shortcuts. So we have the Control C, Control V, Control Z, Control Y. Control C rather is to copy selected cells. So let's open our data set. Let's assume that I want to copy this job title. Once I click on it, it's active. I can see here it says B2, B column B, row 2. So if I just hold Control and tap C, I've copied it, and you can see that it has this dancing border. So I can actually go anywhere else to paste it. So Control C is what you use to copy. Control C is to copy. We also have, let me see, we have the Control V that is to paste copied content, and Control Z. So I could say, okay, I want to paste it here, column AA1. Can you see column AA1? I could just do Control and V. I had to first click on that cell because this is where I want to paste it. If this is not where I want to paste it, I'll go to where exactly I want to paste it, and then I'll click on it. First of all, it's active. You can see the borders. Let me zoom in a bit so we can see right now. So once I click on that cell I want to paste it, then I just hold down Control and press V, and you can see the Senior Data Manager. It is also written in the formula bar. So if I click away, remember this is just a fixed pillow. If I click on AB, there's nothing there. So the main data remains inside AA1. So that is Control C to copy and Control V to paste. So if I go back, you can see this was where I copied. You can also we also have the Control Z. Control Z is to undo. That is, oh, I didn't mean it was a mistake, I don't want to paste this here, so I hold down Control. It's literally it undoes what you did last. So if I had done different steps of updates, changed the first time, did a second update, did the third update, if I do a Control Z, it removes the third update, but I still have the second update. If I do the Control Z again, it removes the second update. So now, for instance, I have senior data here. Let me also paste it here. Okay, let me copy it again. Control C, and now, so I've done two updates now. Let's assume that it was a mistake. Now you see that after pasting, this is still dancing. I should just let me paste it one more time in the third place. Control C. Now, to make this stop dancing, just tap the escape key. If you look at your keyboard, the first row, first column, that's like the top left, that's the escape key. Once you click escape, it stops. So I have this thing copied and pasted 3 times. Let's assume that I want to undo them. I want to reverse the reaction. That's the scientific word, to reverse a reaction or an action. I just hold down Control and then I tap Z, and it removes this, and this is now here. I do it one more time, it does it for the second one, and it keeps reversing the reaction. So I do it the third time, I'm back here, and I do it once again, and I'm here. So Control Z is to undo an action. It reverses the reaction back to the previous. And peradventure, you let's assume that I wanted to delete, I wanted to undo. I want the last one to be here. Let me go back again. So basically what I want to do is I didn't mean to paste it 3 times. I wanted to only paste it only once, that is in column AA1. But somehow I found myself pasting it here and here. So I want to undo, and then I did undo, it removed it here, fine. And I did undo again. This is what I want. But then instead of me to just stop here, probably press escape key to let this border stop dancing, I now still do the undo again. That is I didn't want to do the last one, so I could re-forward the reaction. The Control Z is to reverse a reaction. Control Y is now to return it back. So if I do Control Y, it returns back. You can see Control Y, Control Y, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So that is basically the Control Z and Control Y shortcut. This is still dancing, so I press escape key. Let me zoom in. It's still dancing, so I press escape key, and everything is back to normal. Alright, now, so let me zoom back in. Okay, so everything is back to normal. And then let me see which other one. Okay, we have the F2 to edit active cell. I mean, you really have to use this anyway, but let's just play with it. F2 to edit active cell. So first of all, there has to be an active cell. This active cell. The data inside is a text that reads data scientist 4. That is active cell is B5. If I press F2, you can see that now the cursor is there. Let me do that again. Let me zoom in. So this is the act. I want to click on this now, data scientist. Once I tap F2, you'll notice that the cursor suddenly comes there, like blinking, cursor to show that yes, I can edit, I can add to it or do whatever I like, and all of that. So that is F2. Now, those are the editing shortcuts. We also have the formatting shortcuts. So the formatting shortcuts are, we have the Control B, Control I, Control U, Alt H H. I've actually had to use this anyway, and we have the Control 1. All right, now so let's start with the Control B. It simply means to make a text bold. For a WhatsApp user, when you want a text bolded, you probably highlight the text and there are these options it displays and you just click bold. It's just as simple as that. If you notice now, the text inside here is different from this. This one is bolded. So let me show you another instance. Let me zoom back in so you can see what I'm talking about right now. Okay, let me use something more visible. I think this should be more visible. Now you can see this now. This is data of job applicants for various roles in a year, right? This is bold. It's looking bold. The text is bolded. All these ones too are all bolded. I made them bold. The month, January, February, down to the spark line, they are all bolded. The total figures are also all bolded, but the text in between, the data in between them are not bolded. Now, if I click on here, you can see that this bold is kind of grayed out. But if I click on the ordinary one, it's not there. If I click on this, it is there. If I click on this, it is also there. But if I click on ordinary text, it is not there. So to add, to make a text or a piece of data bold is just very simple. Just highlight it. For instance, let's highlight this. So I like this. I click on this. I just click on it. It's already active, and I click on bold. I click on this B icon here, and you can see that it's different from the others. If I want to highlight a number of cells, I just click on where I want to start, and I hold down Shift, and I start going either downwards or upwards or left or right. But in this case, I'm going to highlight downwards. I want to highlight this ones up from this is B4 down to B12, and everything's highlighted. I could just press B like this. Can you see that it's all highlighted? It's looking different. Now the shortcut is now Control B. So if I highlight these guys here and I just do Control B, it also highlights, it also boldens those texts. So that is Control B. Let me undo that. So the next one is Control I, italics. I could just highlight this is this row 4 to row 11. I could either click this I. Can you see, once I over it says italic, and it shows the shortcut Control plus I to italicize your text. So I click on that, and I see that it's looking quite different, a little stylish, slant to the right. That is manually. I could also do it with the shortcut, so I could just highlight what I want, and then I do Control. I hold down Control and I tap I, and it does the same thing. Can you see now? That is the italic shortcut. So I'm going to undo that. So we also have the what else do we have here? We have Control U. I'm not going to really touch this one because they are not really something you want to worry about. Let me see. Okay, let me just talk about the Control plus U to underline a text. Okay. All right, now so Control plus U. Let me see. Okay. So let's assume that, let me go to the other file, the other workbook. Now this whole text here, I click on it and it's all highlighted. You might be wondering how come my own is looking, it's kind of looking well in position. We'll learn that later. So when I click on this, you can see this is the whole data, this is the text there. So I could just click on this icon here, underline, When I hover it, it tells me underline. It tells me that this is underline. Control plus U is the shortcut to underline your text. If I click on this drop down here, you can either underline once. Can you see? So it underlines it once. Let me zoom in a bit. You can see that this text is now underlined. That does not affect this is just, formatted, it's just styling. It doesn't affect the data you have. So whatever data you have here, it's not affected at all. You should understand that it doesn't affect it at all. The underline is here, but here is still the original. So you could also make it double underline. I click on that drop down and I click double underline, and the double underline kind of gives it a more fancy effect. So that is double underline. So let me undo those changes using Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z is still there. Ctrl Z. All right now. So now, highlighting it now, I'm just going to click. Instead of going here to click, I could just do a Ctrl U, bam, and it's there. And the only difference is that the Ctrl U only does a single underline. Single underline. You can see I put it, it removes. I tap it again, it comes back. That's just different. But if you want to have a double underline, you need to use the ribbon to make a double underline. So that is the Ctrl U. Now the last one I'm going to talk about is control and 1. That's number 1. So I do control and 1, and it control and 1, and it just pops out this thing. But trust me, it's not really something you really want to worry about. I mean, it's just like a shortcut to open this whole thing, but I don't really get to use it. So I think basically we've spoken about navigation shortcuts, editing shortcuts, and the formatting shortcuts. These 3. So in the next video we're going to be talking about handling data overlapping and adjusting row height. So see you in the next video.